Hey, good morning. Y'all keep talking, it's fine. Glad you're here. My name is Ronnie. I'm the lead pastor here at One Life, and man, we're glad that you're here with us. It doesn't matter where you are in your journey, what you believe about God, church. We're glad that you're here. We want you to be here. Those of you who are watching online, we'd love for you to join us up here upstairs. We're starting today 21 days of prayer. We do this time of the year of just setting aside time to be real intentional about prayer. Now, I wanted to bring this to your attention. We bring this up every week, that in the seat back in front of you, there's one of these Connect cards. And on the front, there's a place where you can put some information. But on the back of this is where you can just write down some prayer requests. And so here's the thing. I don't care if you've been here 10 years. Sometimes you go through hard stuff, right? Sometimes there's some things going on in your life and you need someone to pray for you. Like we want to. And so if you would do that in those moments, in those times, today might be one of those days, and just put it in one of those boxes before you leave. I know for me personally, like I would love to pray for you. I need prayer. This week was like one of those moments for me where I was like, I don't know if it was the pressure of school starting. Anybody like stressed about that? Or is everybody just cool with it? Yeah, some of y'all are like, that's way in the past. Don't have to worry about it. I just had a lot going on this last week with school starting, but then also I had a lot of stuff going on personally, and one of the things that I do is every week I have like a sheet of paper and I have like some columns, and then I just write down the different things that I need to do in each of those areas. And what was interesting this week for me is I had that, but then I also had a sticky note with things written down on it, and then I had another sticky note, and then I combined the sticky notes and put that on the sheet of paper that had the list. And also on my phone, I use an app that is like sticky notes that have a list. And it was just mounting up this week. I had deadlines for some stuff here at work. I also had deadlines for school because I'm in school. And then my youngest, she is going to be a senior in college applications opened up on August 1st for college next year, and so it's like, oh my gosh, we have all these moving parts. And Wednesday, I don't know what it was, but these things had just started happening. My phone, it's old now, and you know how that is. The battery just eats up, and then it just glitches, and then you have to hit the button to just turn it off and then turn it back on. My computer, I was downloading a video, and the beach ball of death was going. Earlier Spotify wouldn't load, and I was just like, my life. It's frustrating. It was as if what I wanted to do wasn't happening fast enough, and I had a lot that I needed to get done. So when I get to that point and I start to feel it in my body, in fact, I don't know if she's in here, if Megan's in here. We had a staff meeting on Wednesday, and because of the school year and everything, her two youngest were in there, and they were playing, and my mind was just like, I can't focus, I can't concentrate, and I felt it in my body, the anxiousness, and I was like, this is not how. And so I after our meeting, I just pulled away. I hit the pause button, stepped back, and just to let you in on my brain, I wrote down a few things in that moment. This is going to be so disjointed. I wrote this in my journals really after that. I just wrote down the word slow. And I put, over the last week, phone is slow and glitching. Downloading video for school, slow. Loading Spotify, slow. Frustrated, not fast enough. The slowness breeds fear. Will God show up? What is he doing? A slower pace is what I need. Pause. I was irritated because I had so much to do in such a little amount of time, and I needed to hurry. when what I really needed to do was just pause and gain perspective. I don't know if you realize this, but Jesus was never in a hurry. We think that pauses stop progress, but God often works in the pause. God isn't afraid of slow at all. And so for a lot of us, new routines, new schedules, new rhythms this time of the year. I don't know where you are. Maybe you come in here this morning just feeling that pressure a little bit. Maybe there's plans and stress involved with it. Maybe you already feel behind. I just wanted us to start out today just taking a minute and us talking about something today that it will help you. It will help you if you choose to engage in it. We're going to talk about this time period. If you have a Bible, you can open it up in Luke chapter 10. There was this moment where Jesus he had been traveling, teaching all over, performing miracle after miracle. Hundreds of people began following him, and the crowd grew, more people, more expectations. And Jesus was great at withdrawing, and one of the places where he would withdraw from the crowds was a little town called Bethany. It was about 2 miles east of Jerusalem. It's kind of a suburb of Jerusalem, and he would go there because some of his closest friends were there. This family, 2 sisters, a brother, Mary, Martha, Lazarus was the brother. And he came there at this one moment, it was an unplanned visit. We pick this up, Luke chapter 10, verse 38. As Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary who sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he said. Jesus stops by to rest and to enjoy being with his friends, people closest to him. And Mary, she's excited to see Jesus. She wants to be with Jesus, to listen to his voice, to be in his presence. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me. Martha's so worked up by her to-do list, the preparations. Now she needs to make a meal. Like she wants to be hospitable. She wants to serve Jesus. There's necessary things, important things that need to happen. And somehow the excitement of being with Jesus, it quickly gives way to anxiety associated with all the things that need to be done. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. This word distracted, it literally, it means to be dragged around, pulled around in different directions, scattered, distracted. So much to do, not enough time to get it all done, and no one is helping me. Martha says this. She says, I'm left to do all the work. I'm left here to do it all by myself. Have you ever felt like that? Where it's like, well, if I don't do it, no one will. Why do I always have to be the one? Why is it always on me? I'm the only one who ever does fill in the blank. it's interesting how distractions can pull us, it can drag us around into so many different places. They wear us down. They mess with our minds. Martha, Martha, the Lord answered, you are worried and upset about many things. Jesus, just in that moment, he acknowledges what she's thinking, how she's feeling. We read something like this and we're like, oh, like this happened. This conversation on that day happened a couple thousand years ago. But we read this and we're like, oh, it was simpler times. What could this lady be stressed out about? Come on. The reality is they faced a lot of the same challenges we face. A lot of uncertainties, a lot of unknowns. They faced, concerns about finances, like how are we going to take care of this? They had taxes that changed, inflation. There was political pressures, social pressures. They had kids, marriages. They wrestled with vocation and purpose in their work. And now Martha has something else on her to-do list. This word worried, it's marimna, and it means dividing and fracturing into parts, being separated from being whole. It's our human tendency to be preoccupied with all of life's challenges and just spinning in our minds, and brings about a lack of focus, a lack of peace. I don't know about you, but I think like Martha, we find ourselves living like this, distracted, worried. And Jesus' message to Martha, it's the same words of truth he's whispering to us. In fact, right here, you could just put your name in here. Martha, Martha, you're worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. And Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. Martha, you're being dragged around, pulled around in so many different directions. The anxiety is creeping in. You're caught up and concerned with so much. You're overwhelmed and exhausted. You're frustrated and irritated. You feel so much pressure. I can just imagine Jesus saying, like, I didn't show up for some extravagant meal. I turned water into wine. I fed thousands with a meal that just fed a family. I'm not here to be added to your to-do list. I'm not just something else. I'm not just an add-on to your plans. I'm here to be with you. Jesus never criticized what she was doing or her work. He challenged her priorities. There will always be a list of to-dos and distractions vying for our attention. And the better thing is rarely the busier thing. See, we can think that busy is productive, but the question is it fruitful? Our culture celebrates productivity, but Jesus celebrates presence. Few things are needed, really only one: pausing to be present, pausing in God's presence. I want you to think about this, and we're going to talk about this over the next couple weeks. The quality of your pauses, the quality of your life is shaped by the quality of your pauses. Meaningful moments, not distracted, not worried. Quality. Those of you who are married, being able, making the choice to take your spouse and go, to all of this, you and me, we're going to be together. We're going to spend time together. Those of you with kids, saying no to this, and this, just us, right here, right now. I came across this a couple months ago. I was listening to a guy, he's at the University of Yale. I'm just sharing this with you right now, especially with school starting. It just blew my mind. Presence. 85% of kids in the United States don't have a parent to process their emotions with. Just being present of like, what's going on? How are you doing? Had a bad day, this happened. A lot of them, what they hear is like, oh man, get over it, you'll be fine. Tomorrow's a new day. Oh, don't worry about it. Oh, that happened, cool. Guess what happened in my day today? Or they talk and this is what they get. Quality. Wednesday when I had that moment, I just pulled away a pause and just in the quietness, it was so interesting that the Spirit of God just reminded me of scripture that he woke me up with that morning. Just, 6 hours earlier. He's like, do not be afraid, I'm with you. Do not be dismayed, I'm the Lord your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. It's like, hey man, I know all that stuff's not happening how you want it to. Don't worry. The quality of your life is shaped by the quality of your pauses. Mary intentionally paused. She sat. She listened. She chose relationship over tasks. And Jesus says, Mary chose what's better. The relief from the worry, from the anxiety, the relief from the OCD and the ADD symptoms is unhurried time with Jesus. I can imagine Jesus saying the thing that I'm looking for from my followers is unrushed, unhurried time with me. Undistracted time with me. Pausing and being with the one who restores our soul. It's the one thing, the only thing that matters. Jesus isn't just an add-on over here or an inconvenience or one of many things. He's the only thing. And I'm just going to say this, my love for him, your love for him is seen by the time we spend with him. My love for him is seen by my time with him. Love equals time. Someone wrote this, and I thought, man, this is the reason many apparent Christians don't delight in God is that they don't know him very well. And the reason why they don't know him very well is because they don't spend time with him. I hope the words that the psalmist writes here just resonates with you. It says, hear me as I pray, O Lord, be merciful and answer me. My heart has heard you say, come and talk with me. And my heart responds, Lord, I'm coming. For some of you, even hearing that faint whisper, come and talk with me. It's like, well let me take care of this. Hey, come talk with me. Well, I've got to do this here. I've got to send this email. And what ends up happening is that whisper just gets drowned out by the noise. The noise of the next to do. So this is what I'm asking. I'm just challenging you. I don't know. You might be like, whatever, man. Cool. I'll see you next week. I'm going to challenge you to this. Because the way I see it, I think about this, like over the next 21 days, I want you to think, like we spend about, 30% of our time each day at work. Potentially, we probably spend less than we should sleeping, so maybe like we need to spend like 25% of our day sleeping. But we also spend on average, most people, 144 minutes a day on social media. We spend on average 30 minutes in the bathroom. Now, some of y'all are there a lot longer, scrolling. Here's the challenge. There's two parts to this, and the first one is set aside 21 minutes. 21 minutes. Now, I realize some of you all are like, 21 minutes with God. What? What am I going to do in 21 minutes? First of all, let's gain some perspective on this. 21 minutes is 1.46% of your day with the one who made you, who knows you better than you. And you're like, I don't have time. There's a lot you can do in 21 minutes. I mean, it takes me 5 minutes just to like clear out my mind. Just talking to God, asking questions, saying things like, man, yesterday I really blew it. Please forgive me. Reading scripture, journaling, 21 minutes, you can spend time. But I wanted to give you this because this is something that changed, like, when it comes to, like, spiritual formation for me. It was probably a little over 4 years ago. I read a book, and then I downloaded this app. This book, and the guy that developed the app, John Eldridge, some of you may know who he is, but I downloaded this app. It's called a 1 Minute Pause. And it changed my brain. It changed my life on a daily basis. And basically what it is just setting aside anywhere from 8 to 14 minutes in the morning, and then another like 8 to 12 minutes in the evening, and just clicking the button and listening as scripture's read, as he guides you through some things. I'm not going to call it meditation because some of y'all get real weirded out by that. So, no, it's not that. It is, but it's not that. Anyway, but hearing the truth. I got to hear the truth in the morning. I got to hear the truth at night before I went to bed. It changed so much for me. So here's what I want you to do. Up here on the screen, there's a number on there, 940-280-0177, and just text the word pause if you want to jump into this. Now, you can still do it, like text in. I'm not going to like blow you up all the time, but I'm interested and I would love for you to download this app and join me in this over the next 3 weeks and just setting aside this time. 21 minutes, just text in that number. We'll message back to you and give you some instructions on that. So that's the first part of this, just setting aside a chunk of time. But the other thing, some of you know this well, I know I do, where it's like I can spend some time in the morning, but then when I get to the end of the day and then I get home, I'm like, God, where were you today? Like, I was busy. I had a lot going on, but I don't, like, so I was reading in Daniel, and during this time in history, he was there under the king of Babylon, and the king issued this law saying that for 30 days, no one could pray to any god or any other person except for the king. And if they did pray to anyone else other than the king, they would be killed by being thrown into this den of lions. Well, Daniel's facing all this pressure, and I thought it's so interesting in what he did, because he's like, I'm not doing that. And you see this in Daniel chapter 6. He said, Daniel, when Daniel learned that the decree had been published, he went home to his upstairs room where the windows opened toward Jerusalem. 3 times a day, he got down on his knees and prayed, giving thanks to his God, just as he had done before. 3 times a day, morning, noon, night. The reason why this is important, because we can have this uninterrupted quality time, but then we have to have planned pauses throughout the day. If you don't choose your pauses, your pace will choose your priorities. Dallas Willard wrote this. He said, the first and most basic thing we can and must do is to keep God before our minds throughout the day, at the forefront of our minds. Daniel, when facing all of this in this moment, he did what he'd already been doing. See, it wasn't just like in the storm of life, like, oh gosh, I need to start doing this. No, he had already been doing this. Some of y'all are like, 3 times a day? What? That's crazy. I'm going to tell you this. Our culture is crazy. And it's shaping our thinking, our perspective so much. Really, like just stepping back, 3 times a day, I don't even know, like, or 21 minutes, like 1.46% of your day? It's too much. But we pause for so many other things. We pause for coffee breaks, lunch breaks, bathroom breaks, smoke breaks. Think about it. Daniel, he got away, got down on his knees, and he prayed. He stopped everything. And he was in this posture, which I think is so important for us when we do pull away, this posture that's just, we're humbled and also trusting and knowing that God's in control. Later we see that these men, they went as a group and they found Daniel praying and asking God for help. How many of y'all need help? I'm first in line. I'll fight you for it. Like, I need help every day. We just sing that song, Lord, I need you. Every hour I need you. Daniel knew that the small pauses throughout the day, it slowly reshapes our hearts. He didn't pray because life slowed down. He prayed while life was speeding up. And his pauses weren't accidental. They were scheduled. Just building these intentional pauses all throughout the day, different times. Before checking your phone, before, walking into work, before going into the classroom, before dinner, before school, like before bed, in the car, just 1 minute, just stepping away and taking a breath, saying, thank you, God, or I need help, God, or reading the scripture, but just being reminded that he's with you. Jesus paused all the time. Before choosing his disciples, he went away and prayed. Before major miracles, he would withdraw. After busy ministry, he'd go away to solace in solitude and silence. Before the cross, he went to Gethsemane. Like, if Jesus needs to pause, like, who do we think we are? We pause for our bodies, for work, but how often do we intentionally pause for our souls? Why? Why do we resist this? Why do we resist slowing down and pausing? I think it does have to do with our culture, and I think it has to do with the fact that if we pause, then everything gets quiet. And our thoughts get louder. Our fears show up. Loneliness sets in. Grief catches up with us. We become aware of our anxiety. So we stay busy. We distract ourselves. Noise becomes anesthesia for us. Busyness, it just becomes avoidance. Here's what I want us to do right now. Just 1 minute of silence, and I want you to see how you feel just pausing. Ready? Let's go. Why'd that feel so weird? See what I'm saying? Just 1 minute of silence. There's just something fundamentally wrong with us of feeling so awkward. that we can't just stop. Here's the thing. When we stand before Jesus, it's not going to be about all the things that we've done and being so busy doing this and that. It's Jesus saying, like, do you know me? Do you really know me? I just want you to bow your heads. God, I ask that we would not be afraid of stopping, of pausing, of knowing that we can trust you. We need it. And God, I know that you want us to hear your voice. You want us to know you. So I ask that we would choose to pull away. We would choose to pause, to sit in the quiet, to listen for you. And I pray this, Jesus, for us, that you do something in us. I want you to listen to this song.
Here we go again, my mind is racing, and I can't seem to win all these crazy thoughts and feelings. It's like it never ends until your voice breaks through my noise. I know I'm not alone. I'm not alone. You'll fight my battles if I will just be still. Why would I keep running when you're right here? I'll just be quiet and let you speak through the silence. Here I am, no more hiding. You are in this moment, I won't fight it. I'll be quiet. I don't need to know what comes next. Tomorrow's in your hands. I will trust you with my future, 'cause you're already there. I hear your voice, call me forward. I know I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Away with the distractions. I wanna hear what's true. The only words that matter, they come from you. I'll just be quiet and let you speak through the silence. Here I am, no more hiding. You are in this moment, I won't fight it. I'll be quiet, quiet. God, you're here in the silence. Here I am, no more hiding. You are in this moment, I won't fight it. I'll be quiet.
away with the distractions. I want to hear what's true. The only voice that matters are words from you. That's it. For all the things that we have going on in our lives, the challenges, the stresses, the things that show up, clarity comes from being with him. Being in the quiet, in the silence, choosing to pause and pull away and be with him. My prayer leading into this and for the next few weeks is just this. I pray that from his glorious and unlimited resources, he'll empower you with his inner strength through his Spirit. Then Christ will make his home in your hearts as you trust in him. This is every day trusting and coming to him and saying, this is the day that you've made, and I'm going to be in this, and you're with me. And choosing to pause, because the quality of your pauses, it shapes the quality of your life. And will you trust him more? Will you pray with me? God, we need you. And whether or not today in this moment we realize it, there'll be a time tomorrow or the next day that we become so aware of how much we need help. And we all do. I just ask that we make this a norm. Some who have been following Jesus for a really long time, but just have drifted away from your first love by all the distractions, all the worry, and he's just whispering to you, like, don't be afraid, I'm with you. I'll strengthen you, I'll help you. Just come to me, come talk to me. For others of you, everything that you've been looking for is in Jesus. Everything. God who made you, he loved you so much that he didn't just say he loved you, he showed it. Jesus came here and he lived a perfect life, a life that none of us could live, and he knows just how far off we are from perfect, how we rebel and do our own thing, but he came anyway because of love, and he gave his life so that we could be made right with God. He, Jesus, who knew no sin, became sin. All of those things that we've done that have separated us from God, he took all of that on so that we might have the opportunity to live this life to the fullest, to know him, to be in a relationship with him. Or maybe for you today, maybe that's where you are. The realization that you've been looking all over, but Jesus is the one, and you need him. I just tell you, just have the conversation with him. Tell him, God, may we live out of desperation, out of dependency on you. Apart from you, we have no good thing. Apart from you, we can do nothing, Jesus. Love is time with. So may we live this out. And I pray this, Jesus, in your name. Amen.